Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 20. Today, we are going to present about report of hazard in automotive workshop. I will go first. My name is Muhammad Wafi bin Sazali. The content of our presentation will be include the introduction, where I'm going to be talking about the company background. Next, the other member will be talking about the objective, the methods that we use to identify the hazard. Next, we will be talking about the hazard identified, where we choose 4 safety hazard and 2 health hazard. We also will be talking about the critical hazard. We're going to choose one most critical hazard from safety hazard and one from health hazard. And then we will give the recommendation of control measure. Now I will be talking about the company background. The name of the company is Nikman Garage Sdn Berhad, which was established in 2023 and is located at Bandar Baru Bangi. The company provides service such as car repairment work like oil change, wiring and electrical service and engine overhaul. The company also make a car parts customization like cutting parts, body kit paint and engine tuning. The company enforces strict rules for both employer and employees, including a non-smoking policy inside the facilities. This is the organizational chart for Nikman Garage Sdn Berhad. It has 1 store manager, 7 finance administration, 11 auto body department for customization section, and 11 mechanical department for repairment section.
Next, I'm going to take over. My name is Muhammad Izuhaikal Ismadi. I'm going to tell you about the objective of our report. First, the objective is to identify at least 6 safety hazards and health hazards, including 2 health hazards. Next, it is to assess the risk of all identified safety and health hazards. And lastly, we are going to suggest the control measure in order to prevent or reduce the risk of both hazards. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the hazards that was identified using the 3 methods that I mentioned earlier. In total, okay, next, I'm going to tell you the methods that we use to identify the hazards. We use 3 methods to identify hazard, which is first, walk-through inspection, second, document review, and third, employee survey. Let's see the first method, which is walk-through inspection. We will analyze the work process in order to identify hazards in automotive workshop. This way, we can detect hazards such as sharp object, flammable substance, and heavy equipment risk. Next is document review. We are going to analyze past accidents to identify hazards and use it to improve safety procedure in our workshop. We are also going to review monthly data to track the incident patterns at Nikman Garage. And lastly, we are going to hand out a review to the employee. This way, they can provide valuable information from their perspective on hazard direct from their own experience. This way, the survey result will help management implement an effective preventive measure. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the hazards that was identified using the 3 methods that I mentioned earlier. In total, we identified 6 hazards, which is 4 safety hazards and 2 health hazards. The first safety hazard is flammable material in the proximity. The method used is walk-through inspection. While walking through, we identify that there are oil spill on the ground, and in the near proximity, some workers are using the grinder to cut the metal parts, which cause sparks. The next one is heavy object falling. We identified this by using the document review. We reviewed a couple months back back document and found that some workers got hit by a falling object while using the car jack. After that, we move to the flying debris. This one, the method was employee survey. The survey told that while they are using the grinder and the sanding machine, some debris flies to their eyes, such as spark and sanding debris. Lastly, for safety hazard, we have oil changing. The method is walk to inspection. While inspecting, we saw there are oil spill on the ground that can cause workers to slip and fall. Moving on to health hazard, we have two. Number one is loud noise exposure. This one, the same. We use walk-through inspection. When inspecting, we could hear loud noise from using the machinery, such as the grinder and the sanding machine. While the worker was using the grinder to cut the metal parts, it produced high pitch sound from the cutting. And lastly, from lifting heavy object, the employee have told us in the survey that they are having back problem carrying heavy weight. Now let's move on to the next slide.
Okay, now it's my turn. My name is Muhammad Iqbal Faris bin Muhammad Fazil, and I am the third member of this group. Okay, now I am going to talk about this assessment. For this assessment, we have three important parts. For example, risk, likelihood, and severity. Okay, in order to find risk, we have to use this formula, which is likelihood times severity. Okay, according to this table, there are three risk level. One of them, low, medium, and high. Okay, for the lowest risk, we use the color green in order to show its lowest risk in table. Can also cause minor injury. Next, for the medium level, we use the color yellow to indicate that it can cause an injury, thought it is a normal injury and not a bad one. Okay, for the highest risk, that is high. We will use the red color to show that it is the highest risk level and as an indicator that the injury is the worst injury that can cause death. Okay, let's not to forget that for the lowest risk level, the number from 1 to 4, while the medium level, the number is from 5 to 12, and the last one, the highest level, is the number is from 50 to 25. That's all. Okay, before we know our risk setting, first we need to know our hazard likelihood and severity. For an example, for the flammable material proximity, its likelihood is 3, meanwhile its severity is 5. Other than that, for the heavy object falling, the likelihood is 3 and its severity is 3. For the third one, flying debris, the likelihood of it is 2, meanwhile its severity is 4. And for the For the fifth one, oil changing. Its likelihood is 2, meanwhile its severity also 2. And for the next one, loud noise exposure. Its likelihood is 2, meanwhile its severity is 3. And lastly, for lifting heavy object, its likelihood is 4, meanwhile its severity is 1. Okay, now for my last presentation, I am going to talk about this risk rating table. There has two things. First one, hazard, and then risk rating. For the flammable material proximity, its risk rating is 15, which is the highest of all. For the second one, heavy object falling, its risk rating is 9, which is medium one. Okay, for the third hazard, flying debris, its risk rating is 8, which is also a medium. And for the next one, oil changing, its risk rating is 4, which is the lowest one. Okay, for the next one, loud noise exposure, for its risk rating is 6, which is medium level. And for the last one, hazard lifting heavy object, its risk rating is 4, which is the lowest one. That's all.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Iman Hakim. Today I want to talk about critical hazard. Critical hazard divided into the two main categories: safety hazard and healthy hazard. Safety hazard such as flammable material possibility can cause fire, death, and property damage if not controlled. Hurt hazard, like loud noise and pause may lead to hearing loss. Proper preventive action, including providing fire extinguishing and using ear protection, important to reduce risk and maintaining a safe working environment. Okay, so, next, I want to talk about recommendation control measure. Uh, for most critical safety hazard, we have three control measure. One, elimination, eliminate to process the relate to the flame by getting rid of it. Two, substitution, the method to substitution to use of the current material with material that is not flammable. And three, administrative can provide a fire execution around the workshop. For critical health hazard, we have one administrative. The administrative need to provide a move of the worker. Next, we want to talk about benefit of control measure recognition. We have four benefit. One, accident and if an incident static will decline. Two, give provide to the company where the cost of insurance decrease. Three, the moral of the workers will increase when the working environment more safe and comfortable. Four, the organization image and reputation as a responsibility employer.
That's all from us. Thank you for listening to our presentation about report of hazard in the automotive workshop.